Hi, welcome to Table Talk. I'm your host, Karen Wilson, and we have a great show for you today. My guest is an extraordinary young man. He is Mr. Gage Sexton, and he is working on a 4-H project called Socks for Souls, and he's accompanied by our Warren County 4-H agent, Miss Allison Hopper. Welcome to the show.
Hi. Thank
Allison,
you for having
nice
us.
to have you back engaged. This is your first time.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, all right. And you go to school. Tell me a little bit about yourself. You go to school at Centertown?
Yes, ma'am. I go to school at Centertown, and I just do honor club 4-H a lot.
Okay, and what grade are you getting ready to start?
I'm going into 8th grade this year.
8th grade. Wow, I remember my 8th grade year. That's a fun year. And then you get to go to the big house next year, right?
Yes, ma'am.
That's how I lovingly refer to the high school, the big house. Well, tell us, I guess, about your years in 4-H and what you kind of love about 4-H.
So this is actually my 5th year in 4-H and my 3rd year in honor club. In 5th grade, I was invited to the 4-H awards banquet, and at the banquet, I learned about the other opportunities that 4-H had to offer outside the classroom.
Mm-hmm.
And from there, I started doing shooting sports, all the other judging events that I could, and
Kind of got interested, I guess, in So with that, let me interject right there then. When you start getting interested, I guess, in so many different things, is that when the projects start kind of coming in, that you start working on projects within those things?
yeah, with the honor club and stuff, that's mainly when the projects start coming in through honor club, because you mainly have, like, some people will bring in different ideas that we might vote on, and we'll just vote on what we want to do for that certain project. So
whenever you get into, like, the judging, I can remember forestry, there's probably cattle. What are some of the ones that you've done?
in judging events, I've done livestock, poultry, the skillathon. I think that's really about it.
Yeah. Skillathon, I've never heard of that before. That's something kind of that I haven't heard. Allison, what is that?
So Skillathon that he's referring to is our FCS Skillathon, so Family and Consumer Sciences. It is a all-encompassing judging team about life skills, like scenarios you may encounter, things around your house, IDing different food ingredients and cooking materials. It also has tools and home finishes. It has a focus on some construction items, some sewing and clothing and materials. It is kind of all the stuff you see on a regular basis that you don't really think about until we do that. So they
I was
ID those things.
Sounds like running a household
Yeah.
almost, anything that might come through, whether it's some small repairs and things to preparing dinner, all of those things it takes to kind of take care of ourselves as
Yes,
we
ma'am.
become adults. So, so Allison, do all 4-H'ers do service projects?
So our service projects really come into play once our 4-H'ers reach the 6th grade and they're invited to attend our 4-H Honor Club. So 4-H starts in the 4th grade with our 4th and 5th graders. They see our traditional classroom material, which is speeches and demonstrations, being able to run a meeting. But then in the 6th grade, they're invited to participate in our Honor Club. So the Honor Club kind of kicks 4-H up a notch. I always try to tell some of our younger kids, I know that public speaking is scary, but if you just stick with it, I'm not going to make you give a speech once you get older, unless you just want to. But part of 4-H is the 4 H's, which are your head, your heart, your hands, and your health. So we pledge our heart And in our heart, we do service projects. So our service projects are voted on, like Gage mentioned, at every one of our meetings. We kind of run with the school year. We have monthly meetings. And they are things around our community, whether it's food drives, clothing donations. We have helped out with NHC and done landscaping. We do partner up with the Senior Center from time to time, especially with Thanksgiving, and help them serve their Thanksgiving meal. So it's a lot of stuff throughout the community. So once Gage got started in Honor Club, he was being a part of these Honor Club service projects, and he came up with his own, and we're really excited to see where that takes us.
Yeah, that's awesome. This is something new that I've not heard of, and it's talking about donating socks, I guess, to those in need. Tell me about how you kind of came up with this idea.
So I was walking down the hallway one day at school, and I noticed kids that just weren't wearing socks. And this was during the colder months, during winter, and like those months. And that day I went home to my mom, we talked about it, and we both came up to the conclusion that some kids just don't wear socks, but then some may not have socks. So I was also visiting my pa at the nursing home, and patients were excited to receive socks for Christmas. And that also got me thinking about the homeless and displaced communities here in Warren County. So I started the project to donate socks to the homeless, displaced, nursing homes, schools.
Well, you know, as we see on TV and stuff, Bombas is a famous sock company that kind of does that, but it's so awesome to see that on a local level here where it's going, those socks are going to our local nursing homes and home and places in need and stuff. Tell me, Gage, some of the places that the socks will go to specifically.
So the socks will be going to the School Resource Center, the homeless and displaced programs, and just like,
I guess if anybody too had a need, that they could probably contact you and get some as well. Like, say, I don't know, say the senior center contacted you and said, hey, we have got a lot of elderly people that need these. You would work with them too.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So I don't know, socks is something that we kind of tend to take for granted. And being in 4-H, talk about health is one of the H's too. Talk to me a little bit about how important clean socks are for your health.
Well, like you mentioned, our 4-H's include your health, and it's really hard to live your life to the fullest if your basic needs aren't met, and those basic needs include warm, dry socks. So you see it especially in the classroom, kids who don't have socks, and yeah, we talk about, well, maybe they don't want to, but maybe they didn't have an option. So having clean footwear obviously is going to help you feel better so you can perform better, and that's not always on an athletic stance. Just being in the classroom, paying attention. How are kids supposed to learn if their feet are cold in January? So
I know. I mean, there's nothing more annoying than a hole in your sock.
Yeah. It's the little things.
And it's like, I can't even think straight because I have a hole in my sock.
Yes,
and,
ma'am.
it's things that we all kind of take for granted. Or maybe, you got situations where they don't have a washer and dryer. They're having to go get their things laundered and they haven't had a chance to do that. And then the child doesn't have clean socks, So that's a great point. I never thought about socks being so related to your health, but it is a small thing. Plus, it prevents a lot of foot fungus and foot disease and keeps your feet clean and safe from things, so it is more important. We kind of, as you said, take that for granted. So tell us, I guess, Gage, about where the socks can be donated and how long you're going to be doing this.
So you can donate new socks to Tim's Motors, the 4-H office, and Citizens Tri-County Bank main branch in downtown McMinnville.
We hope to have some events coming up throughout the year where we will have donation spots and more, an advertised event. We've talked about having some donations made available at our funnel cake booth once the fair gets started. So we hope to be able to partner more, and as the street fair and all of these festivals come around, so that we can have some more public base so that people can really see what he's out here doing.
Yeah, definitely so. We need to get you out there. You're a cutie, even though I shouldn't say that with you being in 8th grade because you're turning into a man these days. But anyway, lots of good places. I know the fair, that's a great idea. Health fairs and things like that are going on would be an awesome thing. And just to raise awareness instead of it just being like a bucket out there and to get Gage out there with it and promoting that. So you're going to be kind of doing this as long as needed or as long as your project, at least a year, I guess, or 6 months?
Yeah, because we're just going to keep on doing it since it's ongoing because there will always be a need, especially with the winter months that are right around the corner. And I mean that too.
Yeah. So you said Citizens Tri-County Bank, the 4-H Extension office, and Tim's Motors, that's right. So with the school year starting, Allison, let's talk about just 4-H in general for just a minute. What's going on this fall in 4-H?
So I guess we really like to kick off our fall in Warren County with the fair. And if anybody is familiar with the fair, they know that we have our 4-H funnel cake booth. So that's the first thing I always want to mention. That money goes straight to the kids that we raise in that funnel cake booth, and it funds our program. So if you're at the fair and you want a snack, I definitely recommend coming and taking one of those and helping us keep these kids involved in what 4-H has to offer. We will also start back into the classrooms. So all of our 4th and 5th grade and some of our 6th graders that are listening, we'll be seeing them soon. Come October, we go to all of our elementary schools. And then the Honor Club, like Gage mentioned, that'll be getting started in October. So if anybody has a 6th grade and up, 4-H operates all the way through 12th grade, and they want to get more involved with 4-H, they don't have to be in the public school system. Private schools and homeschoolers are eligible to participate in 4-H. We meet after school hours. We really encourage everybody to come see what we've got because, like I said, we're more than just speeches. We can take kids pretty far.
Well, I tell you, I attended, I guess, maybe it was in July, Roundup one year, and seeing your 4-H kids, I can't even express just how well groomed they are for life as they move on. They talk well, they speak well, they know how to conduct themselves, and I just can't say enough good things about 4-Hers. They really are where it's at when it comes to hope in our
I'm very biased. I think 4-H is great, and it's insane to think that Gage has been a part of 4-H for 5 years. I've seen him grow up. It's crazy.
Yeah, I know when we were in school, we looked forward to 4-H days a whole lot. So that's something great that we love the tradition continuing on. Well, so we've got socks collection going on, and then of course with the fall coming, you're going to be, I guess your judging teams, they probably go kind of year round, don't they? Or is it something that really kicks up in the fall too?
It kind of depends. There's different activities all the time. Right now, Gage is getting ready for our poultry judging. That contest is next month, I guess. Yeah, it's in September. So there's things going on in 4-H all the time. It is really at the forefront of a lot of people's minds during the school year because that's when we are there. But 4-H happens through the summer. We have activities in December. There's stuff going on all the time and a little bit of everything for everybody.
Well, I know I always think of the extension office too whenever it's canning season because that's what it is, and I'm sure you all are busy kind of fielding lots of calls on, how are my tomatoes still good? Have I boo-booed up or something like that?
Our FCS agent just had a canning class last Friday, I believe. So it's definitely that time of year.
It is, and we love it. We love it. Cooler temperatures are on our way, we promise.
We hope so.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Gage. I'm very impressed with you, and the sock idea is what a wonderful idea for a project. That's something very unique, and I love that your project is helping individuals like that. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah. Great young man here. Well, I'll say thank you to Allison and Gage for being on the show today, and thank you to our audience for joining us. Come back again next week for more Table Talk.